Well, what can you tell me about your character to start off with?
Her name is Daniels.
Daniels. Okay. And she lives in outer space, or?
Yes. She's she's a member of a ship of colonists who are heading to a planet that they've been preparing to go to for a long time, a place that they have reason to believe they can sustain life, a place where they can sustain life. And she's the chief terraformist, so she's like a space gardener, and she'll be responsible for obviously growing things there and setting up the living spaces. And so there's a team of couples going there because obviously one of the things they'll be expected to do there is procreate. So everybody on the ship at least knows one other person on the ship very, very well.
Okay.
So that's why you see in the trailer, you can see that there are these like little interpersonal dynamics.
Right. Yeah. So who would be your person?
That's a great question.
Okay.
The movie comes out in May.
Okay. I suspect it's not the robot, Michael Fassbender's
Well, that would be
character.
weird.
Well,
right?
All walks of life, It's
right.
Does it get scary shooting this stuff? Because
Yes. Yeah.
What is that like? I mean, because so much of it's CGI these days as well, but are there physical props of the monsters and stuff as well?
Physical props of the monsters. People really chasing you sometimes, or things chasing you, and really, I don't know, maybe this is just some kind of mild PTSD, because when I was a kid, my mother used to chase me up a flight of stairs all the time, sort of for fun, but it always terrified me. So, like, it's not that hard for me to kind of get into that zone of being scared to be chased.
Right.
But specifically and probably connected to that weird little detail from my childhood, there was a scene where I had to run up a ladder in a spacesuit that had weighted, magnetized boots. So they were heavy to lift, and when you put them on something metal, they stuck to them a bit. So it was really hard to move quickly there, and obviously also I was in a full spacesuit. Those things are heavy, cumbersome, and it's hard to see.
Right.
So, yeah. There are times where you don't feel like you're really struggling to conjure up some performance to make this convincing. It feels real.
Sure. That almost sounds like a bad nightmare, like
yeah,
you're trying to run,
exactly,
but you can't
move.
Yeah.
That's that was the closest real life experience I had to that kind of nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
What about the legacy of Ripley? These movies, obviously we have the Sigourney Weaver character who was so important as sort of a icon.
Totally.
Is that intimidating, coming in and kind of inheriting that mantle here?
I'm really good at going into a state of active denial, and I don't think I could do what is expected of me if I spent my days thinking about what big, impressive shoes I had to fill.
Yeah.
And also, I think everybody involved felt like we're making a new movie, and obviously it's in this world, but we're telling a new story, and that's liberating as well. And there was this great, new, rich script, and Daniels isn't Ripley, and she finds herself in a totally different set of circumstances in this film than Ripley did, and then there's obvious parallels.
Right.
But for me, I only really think about the fact that that's an intimidating thing to have done after the fact. Because almost from the minute I get the job, I just go into the state of active denial. Because someone's hired me and has an expectation I'm going to come to work not peeing my pants every day. Do you know what I mean? And so I just had to put that out of my mind.
Yeah. How did you go from your Fantastic Beasts, because I believe you shot Fantastic Beasts and then went right into this.
That's right.
And they're so different, it seems, from what we've seen of Daniels.
Yeah, they're very different.
So how do you make that transition into from the one character to the next?
That's what actors love to do. If you work in repertory theater, you might be playing King Lear one night and, I don't know, Bottom in Midsummer Night's Dream the next night. You know what I mean? And that just feels, I don't know how to explain it except for that just feels really good as an actor. It's very stimulating and activating to feel like you're stretching yourself in a different direction.
Sure.
And Fantastic Beasts took a long time to shoot, and I didn't have to mourn the character when we wrapped because I knew I was going to get to play her again.
Right.
And that can sometimes be hard. Like, it can be hard to make a transition when you're like, I just want to think about that person a little longer and not let them go just yet.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to see you later, Tina. Oh, okay, let's go kill some aliens.
Where, where do you want to see her go?
Tina?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to leave that to the expert. She's not going to disappoint me. I have complete confidence in her.
Yeah.
So just like a nerdy reader of Harry Potter books, I'm just excited to see what happens next.